So I'm in a huge dilemma right now, and I'm trying to figure out what to do with this guy right here. My 2023 G80 M3 Competition X Drive with the Silverstone carbon buckets. I got it on springs, I got a mid pipe, I got the CS flash with steering, damping, differential, and the power upgrade. So it's pretty much about 550 wheel horsepower right now. You see, I need your guys' help. The thing is, with this car right here, I pretty much hit the novelty factor. And you're probably wondering, what? Novelty factor? What does that even mean? Well, pretty much burnt out of this car. And it sounds crazy because it's like, how could you be burnt out of this car? It's Isle of Man green. Like I said, it's got the carbon buckets. It's basically a perfect OEM spec. I mean, it is fully loaded. Laser lights, driving assistance professional, M-Drive professional, executive package, carbon roof. I mean, I don't even know what else to say about this. Shadow line, M performance front lip, carbon exterior pack. Guys, it's pretty much a fully loaded M3. The only issue is, though, I'm just not happy with the car. I wouldn't say I'm not happy. I guess it's not the right word, but like I said, I'm just complacent with it. Like I feel stagnant, you know? For the price I'm paying for something like this, I feel like it's got to make sense. And if you guys saw my last video, our monthly payment is pretty high. We have about a $1,600 monthly payment on this car, and out the door costs are pretty much around $2,000. And does $2,000 justify this ownership? Well, in my case, no, dude, it does not. That's how I'm kind of in this crossroads, because there's a lot of other options that I could go with to kind of fit my needs. I know this car presents incredible value. Like I said, it's got the carbon buckets, Silverstone, it's got a great cabin smell. I got this guy, one owner with 12,000 miles. It's currently at 25,000 miles. So we've put basically 12,000 miles on this car in 6 months, which is insane. I mean, I've driven this car hard. So that's why when I say the novelty's kind of late, or the novelty's kind of worn off, well, I've already driven this car for 12,000 miles. The question is, what do we do next? And that's why I'm making this video, just because I feel like I've done a lot of research, I've done a lot of thinking, and I feel like I have some options. That's why I want to hear you guys' feedback, and I kind of want to go through this together with you guys to see what you would think if you were in my position, because I technically could hang on to this car. I still enjoy it. You know, it's basically perfected, in my opinion. It's just the issue is, I feel like for $2,000 a month, I have some better options, at least to where I feel fulfilled and I feel happy about the money that I'm spending. Because if I really love this car and I wanted to just keep grinding it, pay it down, then it's like, okay. But at the same time, there is ways for me to kind of fill that gap without shelling out that amount, if that makes sense. Time to go over some options. I want to hear what you guys think, just in terms of the direction I go. Because like I said, there's so many options. I love this car. I love the S58. If anything, I probably want to stay S58. As much as I said I want to go back to the B58, there is just something about owning an M car that I can't explain. It is just so dialed in from the factory that I like that I don't have to tinker with it a lot. I mean, on this guy, I've barely done anything to it. Like I said before, I'm very satisfied. It's pretty much, if I was to put it on the dyno, I bet it'd be like 550 wheel, around that mark. Very, very fast, so much power. It's got 4 doors, which is so sick. I think the G80s look so good. I think there's a reason these guys fit the quota for best, resale value out of the M cars, just because it's like, how can you argue with this? And actually, real quick, I'm gonna take off my ND filter, just because it is getting kind of dark. So there you guys have it. That's no ND filter. Look at that. Yes or no? Actually, it's blurry, so you can't really see it that well. Couldn't ask for anything more. I mean, this truly is the best daily driver out the box. I think that's on the market right now. But the thing is, dude, I'm a guy that's about savvy. I'm a guy that's about value. And for $2,000 a month, man, it's like, I don't know. Even if I was to pay the car out, I think my payoff is like $84,000 right now. It's just like, dude, I can't, it just doesn't make sense to me. You know, it's like, I feel like I can get better value for less. So that's why I have some options. And I know you guys are probably wondering, well, okay, I know you mentioned B58, so like, where would you go in that case? If you guys didn't know, I came from a 2020 M340i, got it for about $39K with 20,000 miles, and the car was great. Obviously, we overmodded it. I got bored of it. I moved on to this guy. So you're wondering, okay, B58, what do you mean? Like, why would you go back to that? Well, here's where it gets interesting. Obviously, the B58's had, you know, it's had some evolution. So now what's on the market, we're talking, mine was a Gen 2. We now have what's called Gen Trace or Gen 3, which is really interesting because from the factory, it comes with port injection. And what I like about that is you can't tune them yet. So there's a lot of mystery, but also I get the same updated infotainment, right? I get iDrive 8. It might even be 8.5 by that point, not too sure. But interior wise, they've updated the M340i's so much. I love the LCI look of them. I actually like the headlights more on the LCI than I do with my generation, or the one that I had, the 2020, the adaptive LEDs, just because I feel like it looks very modernized. It's very sleek, and you know, I like the rear a little bit better on the LCI. Fellas, the 2025 M340i's used, I think I could probably pick up high 50s, right? I see a lot selling for like low 60s, under 10,000 miles. But I think if I negotiated correctly, probably could pick one up for like 58, 59 with like 5,000 miles. I could get it CPO'd, so certified pre-owned from BMW. I can get their financing, and out the door, it'd probably be around like $900, right? $900 payment, which is almost half of what I'm paying for this guy. Contention-wise, it's definitely up there. I mean, there's so much mystery about the Gen 3. I know you can J before it. You know, there's that, I guess, on the market right now. But in terms of actual DME unlock, we're talking MHD, custom tune, stuff like that. It's a mystery. That gets me a little bit excited, you know, because it's like, okay, well, you know, if they do offer support for that platform, it could be crazy, especially already having PI from the factory. Who knows the value you could get for a car like that? And I honestly think that's why it's low key right now, right? That's why nobody's able to unlock it, because I think BMW knows, dude, if people get their hands on this and they're able to custom tune them, I mean, this car, it would go extinct. I feel, or it wouldn't go extinct, but depreciation wise, I feel like they drop. M340i is definitely up there, and I'm thinking if I'm gonna do it, it's like, dude, I think I can get a Gen 3, 2025, high 50s, and it'd be a roller coaster. Who knows what would happen? With that said, you're probably wondering, okay, well, what's the other option? You said S58, you know, if you want to stay that chassis. I've been thinking, and it's like, yes, I love the S58. The tuning potential is incredible. I think if I was going to tune it, I definitely would want to go for something at a better price point, just because it's like, this car is so perfect for how it is, and I keep using that term. I think for what I paid for this car, one owner, out the door, the mods that I did, it's like a perfect OEM plus build. It's in great condition. I mean, it's PPF'd. This thing is, yeah, this is an old guy special right here. But it's like, okay, I could get into an S58 chassis a lot cheaper, and then obviously tune it, have a lot of fun, have crazy value, even more than what the B58 would offer, at least from like the Gen 2s. It's like, where would I go then? You know, obviously I have two options, which is finding an M3 cheaper than this, which probably not going to happen, at least with this spec. Most of them sit, you know, I'd say low 80s to, I mean, if you could find a carbon bucket one for under 30,000 miles in the 70s, that's a great deal. I mean, dude, if you're doing that, go for it. That's where it gets interesting. And it's like, do we really want to stay M3 to feel like we need to be locked in above 80? What if I told you there's chassis where I feel like we can get the same spec, but for a lot less? And that's why things are getting interesting, because I thought, you know what? M2, great value, but I don't know about the M2. You know, there's just something about it where I'm not jumping up and down. Yes, if I was going to get into an S58 chassis, that would probably be the best, but I don't think I could go M2. You know, it's not in my DNA. I don't think it would make sense. And I've thought about that. But in my case, fellas, what if I took this guy right here, got rid of that back door or that rear door, and made it a coupe? What if we jumped over to the M4 world? I'm telling you, hear me out. The M4s sell way lesser in terms of market value, right? M3s, G80s are kind of like the pinnacle. It's what everybody wants. Practicality, drivability, value, stuff like that. But the M4s, they don't hold their value as well. And I've been looking. I've been on Marketplace. I'm telling you, I've been seeing M4s, same spec, carbon buckets, carbon exterior, lasers, you know, carbon roof, loaded with like 20,000 miles. I'm talking like 21, 22,000 miles, mid 70s. And it's like, fellas, do I really want to stay in the G80 chassis just for the clout? Or do I try to do more value hunting, which in my case, it's usually what I always default to. That is why I'm at the crossroad, because it's like, dude, if I got into an M4, mid 70s, under 20,000 miles, I feel like I would definitely unlock it and I would tune it, because realistically, it'd probably be like a 2023, you know, on paper, maybe 2024. I don't know if I'd get an LCI because those still, you know, they're still up there price wise, but I feel like for mid 70s, an M4 fully loaded with carbon buckets, that'd probably drop my monthly. Let's say to like 5K down. It'd be like $1,150 or like at maximum $1,200, which is like almost a $500 difference from my current monthly payment. And I'd probably get a way better interest rate. That is where I'm at right now with this guy, because it's like, dude, if I could start at the same mileage, a lot lower, we're talking like basically out the door at 70, we might start tuning these guys, because I don't know about you, but I'm fiending to experience an S58 tuned. And I feel like if I'm going to do it, that's how I'm going to do it. It's just the only issue is I've already done so much to this car. You know, we got the lip, which I could always take with me. The springs, I could always take with me as well. The mid pipe, I could take with, I mean, basically I could take all the stuff I did to it. I just have to repay for the labor costs. You know, I'm not going to do it myself. So that's why it's difficult. But at the same time, like I said, the Gen 3 B58 is also calling my name. And then what's even harder than that is currently, obviously, I love this car. If I wanted to stay a chassis, it would be the 4-door, you know, the G80 3 Series. You know, that's the third thing thrown into the loop is this car, man. It'd be extremely hard for me to part with it. I don't know. That's what I'm trying to figure out. So, fellas, let me know your thoughts. We got a lot of changes coming on the channel. I probably have a big update here very soon about the direction I'm going, you know, just in my life, stuff like that. So I feel like I need to make some changes. I feel like I need to be smart about the direction I'm headed. And I mean, this is a toss-up right now. This is a big toss-up. I mean, obviously there's some other cars I'm thinking about as well, but I wanted to keep this video BMW related. We'll see what happens. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. And me and this guy, we got a lot to be, you know, a lot of figuring out to do, just because it's like, dang, man. Do I really go for the value, or do I hold on to this beauty right here? It's very, very tough. I feel like I'm gonna be able to figure it out. Hope you guys can stay tuned for that journey on that. And I didn't even think I was gonna make a video about this, but it's like, dude, honestly, this is probably a lot of stuff you guys have been thinking about as well, you know, with your car choices and life and just like what you should do and like putting logic into it, value, reasoning. So I was like, you know what? Maybe people could find value in this. If you did, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one. So much love.